So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Wisconsin Area Health Education Center CHIP Partnership Request for Proposal informational webinar. So we're going to go ahead and get started right away. We really won't be doing major introductions because we do have quite a few people from all over the state of Wisconsin on the line here today. So what I will ask, if you do have any questions or you would like to make any comments, if you wouldn't just mind saying your first name first, and maybe the county that you're representing. So with that being said, hello and welcome. I am Jill Nimchak, and I am out of the Northeast Wisconsin Regional Center, and I am helping Chloe Lang do the CHIP program this year. So Chloe and I picked it up last year towards the in February due to some staff changes, and we are continuing to assist again this year. So we're very excited about that. I do know that Chloe is on the line with us. So if she has any comments, she is welcome to do that. However, I would like to, we do have some regional center staff that I'm going to ask you guys to wait a little bit, and we'll introduce you kind of through our program in just a little bit. So Liz Bush, if you are, and I saw that you were on the line, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, because we have quite a few partners on the line.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Liz Bush. I am the statewide program director for the Wisconsin AHEC program. I'm happy to be here today and excited to see so many folks joining the call today.
Great. Thank you so much. And please go ahead and chime in at any time. We're going to just continue to move along our agenda here. So I just wanted to quickly remind folks or introduce folks to AHEC and our mission. So AHEC's mission is to increase the diversity and distribution of health professionals through strategic partnerships to improve the health outcomes in the state of Wisconsin. So we do this with multiple programs, and the CHIP program, which stands for the Community Health Internship Program, is one of them. So if you are new to the Area Health Education Center system, we have multiple programs for health profession students, as well as programs even in continuing education for partners. So we are excited to have you on board, and today we're going to really focus on our Community Health Internship Program.
Still got my computer and I can.
So the CHIP program is a community health internship program that really links undergraduate and graduate student interns with community partners, health departments, healthcare centers, tribal and otherwise, and community service agencies throughout Wisconsin to address a variety of public health issues. This program is done.
Unmuted.
To July 24th. So it is an 8-week kind of internship. So the next slide you can see is our regional centers broken up by counties. So each color is a regional center. Excuse me. So the light green, that northwest. Then we have the north central, which is a middle green, and then that dark green, northern highlands. We move along to blue, which is the northeast, purple, which is the Milwaukee kind of area, south central is red, and a orangish color is that Scenic Rivers west side of the county. You can see on the left-hand side of your screen all of the regional center directors. So at this time, if I could have just quick see, Laura, why don't you go ahead and we will work from west to east.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Laura Pedersen. I'm the director of Scenic Rivers Area Health Education Center in the southwest side of the state. We do have an office located in Cashton, Wisconsin, but we travel around all 10 of our counties relatively frequently, and I look forward to connecting with any folks who are on the line today who are interested in hosting a CHIP intern over this summer.
Great. Tracy.
Hi, good afternoon. Tracy Lindsay with the South Central Center. Our office is located in Beloit, Wisconsin, and we have those 13 counties highlighted in red. And I also look forward to getting to know all of you and working with you this coming summer.
Thank you. Annie? Thank you so much. And Gail, I will have you go next.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I just actually cut out. I didn't hear Annie introduce herself, so hopefully my internet connection is good. But hi, everyone. My name is Gail Kell. I'm the director of the Northern Highland AHEC, or Area Health Education Center. And we have an office in Oneida County in Rhinelander, nicely housed out of the Nicolet College campus. And we are those 11 counties in the northeasternmost corner of the state, all the way up to Vilas. Most western is Price, and then all the way down to Shawano and Menominee counties. So I hope we have some folks on the line from my region, and I just want to say that please feel free to reach out to me via email or phone if you have any questions after today. I'd be happy to kind of chat through a proposal with you. So welcome.
Thank you. Gail, can you also speak to Nicole's, I don't want to put you on the spot, but Nicole could not make it today from our North Central region. So could you also speak to a little bit about her region?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So Nicole Phil is our executive director for the North Central AHEC. So she is kind of that band across the center part of the state in that middle green color. I know that she has 11 counties as well in her region, and actually was a former CHIP intern back in the day. So she was both a CHIP intern and then has progressed through other programs at AHEC and is now proudly one of our colleagues at the North Central office. So Nicole has been in her role here, I think, for about a year or so, and I know she's very open to any questions or reviewing any proposals as well.
Great, thank you, Gail. And Brad Gingras could also not make it today. He actually has that northwest region and that light green.
Jill, actually, I am here.
Oh, sorry, Brad. I'm sorry.
Hey, no problem.
See your name on there. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Brad Gingras, Executive Director of Northwest Wisconsin AHEC. And as Jill was saying, I'm in the northwest part of the state, the light green colors. I have 11 counties. And I hope many of you on the call today are from this region. And I hope you will consider hosting a CHIP intern for the summer. I do have some resources available to help out with that too. Feel free to reach out to me directly with any questions, concerns, and I'll be certain to get back to you right away, excuse me, to make this work out. So welcome, everyone. Thanks for being on the call.
Thank you, Brad. And I believe some of you did not hear Annie. So Annie is representing the blue northeastern region. Our office is out of Manitowoc County, and we have those 11 counties on that northeast side of the state. We too have some resources for folks that are in that region if you are interested in hosting a CHIP student. So we're going to, again, towards the end of the presentation today, we'll take some questions and we can get you connected to those folks. I do have their emails listed on a slide a little bit later. So you can kind of find your county and know what color you're in, and then we'll talk about that a little bit later. I do want to mention that the purple region down here, Milwaukee, Walworth County, if there's anyone here from Walworth County, you are actually part of this statewide CHIP program. Milwaukee does have their own program where they concentrate on Waukesha, Milwaukee, Racine, and Kenosha, and they do that just for kind of reasons where everyone is together. But Walworth County is considered part of the statewide CHIP program, and we welcome any projects that you have for students. So I kind of want to get into now the meat of the CHIP program. My computer's being a little slow to advance slides here. There we go. So I just want to kind of talk about the CHIP program again, that this is an 8-week program, that this happens in the summer. We look for facilities to kind of have a project or create a project that they need assistance with. This is a full-time program for students. It's a kind of a full-time job, so they will be working 40 hours a week. We really like projects to have enough work for that student to do kind of during that full-time time frame. So just to talk a little bit about the timeline situation for folks, the application is currently open. It opened November 1st. The deadline is not until December 2nd, so you do have some time to put things together. After that, we like to have kind of a closing time because we start to open the application for students. And what we do is we show students all of the projects. We create a document that lists the counties, the types of projects, and the descriptions of your projects. So those students really get to kind of take a look at their qualifications, look at the skills that they have to then choose kind of the right project that might fit the skill set that they have. So we take that time from December to then in January and February review all of the student applications. So our goal this year is to notify sites, the host sites, that we will be attempting to match you with a student. So then in February and March, we are looking at what projects are available, where we have students. We have ranked and scored students, and then we work towards matching that student. And it really is kind of a nice match process where we're looking at the skills of that student, we're looking at where that student may live, where that student may have housing, how far away they are from where your project is, and we try to do a really great job connecting you with the best possible student. So then in April, we will be notifying you many times to review applications, to maybe rank a couple of students, and then kind of choose the student you may have. Now, I will tell you that students have multiple opportunities kind of in their back pocket. So sometimes that student may have applied for other things beyond CHIP, and so we like to have a couple of backup students available. So we often give you kind of a first choice and give that student also a first choice. So you may wonder why that you were given a couple of names and you may not have gotten the name that you first requested. That student also has a choice if they were maybe placed in multiple sites. So we do our best to kind of get you the best possible intern with the groups of students that we are working with. In May, we do have an orientation with the students. This year, we do have that date already, and that will be Friday, May 29th. I would like to ask a question a little bit later. Last year, kind of on the fly, we did an online orientation for mentors just to go over some questions and concerns. It was pretty well attended, so I want to keep that as an open opportunity. However, you are always welcome to the student orientation as well, which will be, like I said, held on May 29th in Madison. Then the students will actually start their intern on Monday, June 1st, and that will run until Friday, June 24th. And those students will then be at your sites for that duration. This year, we are going to be implementing something a little bit new for us and our regional centers. We wanted to connect more and make better partnerships with all of our host sites and our regional centers. So each regional center, that final week in July, will be offering up a wrap-up event. So whether that's a breakfast or a lunch or just a getting together where the students can kind of, if you have multiple students in our region, they can meet, they can talk about the projects they've done. So the regional centers will be in connection with our sites once everything has been chosen. Yes, I'm sorry. Did that misspeak on the dates? June, it will, oh, I'm sorry, it does. So it will be June 1st to July, not June, July 24th. So it will go that 8 weeks. Thank you for bringing that up. So I want to talk about why we would like you to partner with AHEC. You know, Wisconsin AHEC, we go out and we recruit these students. We officially screen them and then match them to you. We are recruiting from all of the schools here in our area, which are phenomenal institutions. These students bring really great skills. Part of the application the student does is they have to list kind of the skills that they bring, the classes that they've attended, and what kind of skills that they've learned from those. So they bring some really great skills to your project. We also want to help kind of coordinate that onboarding with you. What do they need to do? How do they need to handle themselves? And again, using an intern helps you with getting some new perspectives, getting you know, a new lease on how should we do this in our social media? How should we put this out to young adults? They can really help with that. Along with, they've got great research skills, interprofessional skills, and learning public health and learning, community health. So I wanted to talk about each partner's roles in this partnership for the community health internship. So what Wisconsin AHEC's role is our job is to really kind of recruit and screen and match these students. We want to help you manage this internship program. We want to help coach and advise the interns, and we want to be able to provide you, the host site, with support and monitoring in regards to these interns. We will also provide some evaluation tools on evaluating these students. So what is your role as the host site? We do have a partnership agreement that is on the website that is about 2 pages long, so you can really kind of see exactly written all of the roles that you have. But we really want this to be a full-time 40-hour, 8-hour-a-week, 8 weeks during this summer. So it is a full-time position. We want this to be a meaningful project and with really great learning opportunities for these students. Not just busy work, not just, I need someone to make copies or do the things that I need to do. They can do those things, but we really would like a meaningful project. If you need help with your community health assessment, they always do a great job creating those and providing some feedback with those. We would also ask that you have a supervisor or a mentor for this student. Not that you need to be there right by their side, but it's always great to have that student have someone to go to when there is a question or if they're unsure about what to do next. We do ask our host sites that if you are requiring any additional pieces like background checks or immunization records, TB skin tests, that becomes a requirement of yours. And we do really try to say if there's a way that we can kind of turn that around for no cost to the student, that is really helpful. But AHEC does not provide any background checks or any immunization skin tests with our program. We also ask that if you are going to ask students to drive anywhere, that you provide that mileage reimbursement to that intern for work-related travel. And one thing that we as Wisconsin AHEC would really like to talk to our host sites about is how do we sustain this program moving forward? We've been very fortunate in the AHEC world that we've had funding to continue this program. Our grant managers are now limiting some of our funding. So we really need to find a really great way to sustain this program. And so we are hopeful that in the future we are going to ask our host sites for some financial support. If you can at all contribute to, to helping support this intern financially, that makes our money go further. It makes us be able to offer more interns in more sites. So anything that your facility can do to help benefits us. Now there is a spot on the application where you can kind of choose an amount. As we move forward, we may be going towards a different model or method, but that will come a little bit later this spring and summer once Wisconsin AHEC kind of has a better plan. So what are the roles? I just want to check to see if anyone has any quick questions. So I want to move on to the student intern role and what their responsibility are. They must attend the student orientation in Madison, and again, that's Friday, May 29th. They are to consider this a real job. They must show up on time. They must be there the entire duration of this 8-week period. We do want them to work 40 hours per week. And again, this is an 8-week, crazy dates on here. So they will start the 1st of June, not the 3rd, and go until July 24th. They also have a didactic component as part of the statewide curriculum. The Milwaukee program is slightly different. This is where Milwaukee, instead of doing an online component, they actually get together once a week. But the statewide program will do a didactic piece. We share that with our host sites. Our host sites, they really have no expectation along with grading any of that material. Sometimes it's really nice though if you can help these students set up opportunities. We ask students that they attend coalition meetings. We ask students that they write an advocacy letter to a legislator. We ask students to go out and do kind of a little community survey, look around the community that they're in, find something interesting to see and do and write about. So we provide that to our host sites. However, you're not responsible for any of the correcting or reviewing of that work, but we may ask you to help a student, again, find a meeting to attend, find a partnering agency to interview and go visit, job shadow an additional public health employee, those kinds of things. This is part of the internship, and these students are required to complete all of these additional activities. We also ask students to do kind of a final video project, so a 2 to 3 minute video on what they did. It's really great because then you can then use that and post that on your own website. You can use that to promote things that you're doing in your county or community. These students do a really nice job kind of presenting that. We're also this year going to, like I said, require those students to kind of be at that final wrap up. And again, those will be done locally within each regional center, so they won't be too far away. Okay, so kind of back to our map where we've got contact information. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to write down contact information for your region. Like most centers said prior, that there is some funding available in some of these regional sites that they may be able to assist you in providing an intern. So you are welcome to contact the folks that are within your counties and areas and chat with them about a project idea that you can create these opportunities and move through. Gail just brought up a really great point via chat that this doesn't necessarily, these projects aren't for public health departments. Anyone who is a community organization, a nonprofit organization, is welcome to have apply for a student. Basically, what you need to do is really take a look at our request for proposal and have kind of a meaningful project. We do actually have a list. The last year's list of projects are on the Wisconsin AHEC CHIP web page, so you are welcome to go there and look at the site description list, and you can see what kind of projects students were part of last year. So this is not just for public health departments. I know we've got some federally qualified healthcare centers. So if you have some sort of meaningful project that you would like a student to come in and assist you with, this is a perfect opportunity. So at this point, does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns? Annie, I'm not hearing you. Well, why don't you come in and mention?
This is Annie. As one of the center directors, one of the things that we have talked about is just the importance, especially in some of those other areas outside of Madison and Milwaukee, that if you are also aware of potential housing, it may assist, because many of these students, I mean, imagine you're going someplace for an 8-week program and finding housing for that can be difficult. So I know at our center, we are going to look at if there's possibly some of our partners who would be willing to open up their homes, and or if some of our colleges would be willing to host some of these students in the dorms. Those might just be opportunities to also, if you could help, to assist that, then students may also consider going outside of their comfort area of schooling to serve these places of internships as well.
Thank you, Annie. That's a great point. Housing always is a little bit of an issue in our more northern regions for students. So again, if you are a host site and you know of, a place that may have, again, a kind of furnished housing that would house a student for 8 weeks, that is especially helpful when placing students.
Jill, this is Gail. Could I jump in?
Yes, please.
Quick plug for Northern Highlands. So in our very rural region, I really want to help assist anyone that might apply as a host site in finding housing and being creative as far as financing for the interns as well. So again, I just want to put that plug in for Northern Highland that if you are interested, but there might be a few barriers, we really are interested in working with you to surpass those. So just wanted to share that quick.
So do any folks that are on the line have any comments, questions, or concerns? I'm trying to kind of look through our chat.
Hey, Jill, this is Liz. It might be great to talk a little bit about how if agencies have ideas for multiple different projects, how they can submit more than one application, or similar if they have a big project that they think they might need two interns for, and how that might work in the application process.
Yeah, Chloe, are you still on? And are you able to talk a little bit more about?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So I think if we're doing if it's two separate projects, we've asked individuals to complete two separate proposals. However, in the application, if you have a single project where you would like multiple interns, we have created a question where you can indicate that you would need more than one intern. But keep in mind that if you are having two interns for that one project, both of those interns would need enough to do for 40 hours for the 8 weeks. And I think that's something that we can always discuss as well if it's not coming across appropriately in the application, to make sure that when we do advertise it to students in that final guide that we produce, that it's reflected appropriately. But we did include a question in the application this year for you to be able to indicate that you want more than one student.
And I do want to just reiterate that once you are looking at the application or you are looking at any of the student projects, do not hesitate to contact myself and or Chloe. I will let you know that Chloe is a part-time worker with AHEC, so she is available typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But you are welcome to contact any one of us to ask questions or to kind of talk through any ideas. We are definitely here to help you make this the best opportunity. This is a really great question. A question just came in. Is there anything being done to recruit more students to the program to assure that host sites who apply are able to get an intern. Yeah, Wisconsin AHEC is going to, we are putting together kind of multiple listservs to really get out to many more of our students, and our students kind of in more regions about having the opportunity to get those students to sites. We certainly know that we've not been able to do 100% of fill. Some of that is truly due to the financial contributing factor, that if your agency is able to help at all financially, we often have a better opportunity because that money can get spread a little further. So yes, AHEC will really work really hard to recruit those students from all parts of the state. Another question that came in is, does our ability to contribute financially impact our likelihood of being a host site? This is really tough to answer, only because we are working with a finite number of dollars. So really what Chloe and I and Liz end up doing is looking at, where do we have interns? We want interns all over the state of Wisconsin. So we want interns in every region. So we look at, where do we have students applying? Where do students have housing? You know, how can we make the best match for students? So I want to say yes and no, because it really depends on, you know, where these students are coming from. If the student has chosen this as a project match for them. So I wouldn't say it's a for sure, yes, you'll get an intern even if you put money towards theirs, because it again goes back to that recruiting of where these students are from, where your project is from. I will tell you that in our South Central regions and in our Milwaukee regions, we have a larger amount of students and a larger amount of projects that are somewhat submitted. But that doesn't mean we don't work really hard to place students in our other five regions of the state.
Jill, if I can add a little bit, I think, you know, if you are thinking about submitting an application to be a host site and do not have the financial resources to help support an intern, I would highly encourage that your first outreach would be to the AHEC region that your facility is located in. As Brad and Gail and others have mentioned, you know, connecting with those center directors in your region to have a discussion about what project do you have in mind, and then you can talk about resources that might be available through that AHEC center to help support an intern at your site.
Thank you, Liz. Any other questions? Did everybody have enough time to get your regional representative here and their email address? I want to continue to move this along. I know we're a little early, but I think that's great. That'll give you time to get some lunch and get some extra work done. I want to remind host sites that the application deadline is December 2nd. That, again, not a super hard and fast deadline. We can take things a little bit after that, but we really like to have the majority of our projects in so we can post them. What we do is we post this giant list for students, because then this is how they choose. Where do I want to go? What projects am I interested in? And they kind of rank order their projects, and that is again how the committee kind of works to read and match these students. again, I want to reiterate what Liz just said a few moments ago. If you have a project idea and you're a little unsure about your funding, please contact that regional center representative to talk with them about resources that might be available through that AHEC center or through other partnerships. We really want to continue to grow this program, and we want to get more students involved. We have had many host sites in the past talk about what a great opportunity this has been for even their organization, let alone the students. And it makes having a student a little bit more enjoyable. They're there, they're helping you out with kind of a project from your list of things to do. And it's a really great opportunity. We believe that it's really a win-win for Wisconsin AHEC, our community partners, and these health profession students for the future. So this is the website where you can find all of the CHIP information, is this ahec.wisc.edu/CHIP. A great question that just came up. There is also a PDF paper copy of the application on the website that you can print off and review before submitting the online version. We really appreciate that you submit the online version because it makes it easier for us to kind of turn around and do some database things. But there is a PDF version right on the website. It will say the online application and it will say PDF application will be right on there. I'm going to give just a few more seconds, 30 seconds, in case anybody else has any questions, comments, or concerns about the CHIP program. You are certainly welcome to connect with me offline at any time. Well, thank you all so much for attending today. This webinar will be posted, so if there is anyone from your organization that could not be on today, you will find this on the CHIP web page. You'll need to maybe give me about 24 hours to get that up there, but you can find it up on the web page tomorrow. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to contact myself, Jill Nimchek, or Chloe Lang. Thank you all very much for coming, and we hope to see your host site applications soon.